you're like, oh, okay, so there's no bad ending. No. Okay, good. Nobody's got hurt. No. Okay, good. Fine. Everybody's fine. Yes. All right, good. Hi there. Thank you for submitting your essay for assessment at IELTS Juice. Now, the rubric says it's important for people to take risks. I always read rubrics, not because we already know what to talk about, but it's very important to look into the details, the wording, the structure. Many candidates do not pay attention to the rubrics. They just read them and they say, oh, it's an opinion essay. Oh, this is a discussion-led essay. Oh, it's advantage, disadvantage. Whereas when we read together and we look into every word and their connection and the organization, we will get a lot more information. And that level of detail will help us write better essays. So I'm going to start reading it again. It is important for people to take risks. Generally speaking, all people on the planet, it's something universal. And it's very important. They take risks, and it's very important, both in their professional lives and their personal lives. IELTS doesn't put any words randomly. These words are carefully selected. Professional lives and also personal lives. So that means we kind of need to reflect on that when we write our essays. Professional, so career, and your personal life, so with your family or your free time. That needs to be one of the elements that we address, we talk about. Now, if we don't talk about it, would it be the end of the world? No. IELTS will still consider it, but you will not get the maximum score possible for that. Then we reach the essay type. There is another reason why it comes in a separate line. So it's not with the first line. IELTS wants us to know that the first element, this one, is the topic. So this is what we need to discuss, and this is everything we need to know. This will show us, will guide us to the type of response IELTS wants us to create. Does IELTS want us to say our opinion, or other people's opinions, or evaluate something, or focus on the causes, or the events, or the results, or the effects, actually? So these are the elements that will guide us through the correct essay type. It says, do you think the advantages of taking risks outweigh the disadvantages? So do you think, so it's kind of an opinion essay, but the opinion essay must be structured in a way that in the end I realize whether the advantages stand higher or disadvantages stand higher. Which one? That is key. Let's read the response. It is crucial for individuals to take calculated risks. Fair enough. Especially in their careers and personal lives. Very good touch. Excellent paraphrasing of the rubric. Although this might cause short-term discomfort for most people, I love the short-term element here. You are introducing a new concept. I believe the benefits of taking chances provide better long-term outcomes. Okay, I have a feeling that we are going to evaluate advantages and disadvantages based on short-term, long-term values. Let's see, short-term discomfort, okay. So you believe this is an advantageous, this is a positive event, so there are more advantages than disadvantages because the advantages are long-term. And that term, the length, is the value. Good. Quitting a decent job to secure a potentially high-paying one might result in temporary distress for the average worker. All right, so we're talking about career, jobs. So far, this is also a very good topic sentence. It just starts a bit weird, like quitting a decent job. Weird because I feel I am in the middle of something. You want to quit. What happened? You are already employed. Why are you thinking of quitting? These things are in my head only. Let's read ahead. This stems from the loss of financial security that an occupation can provide, and the fear of not having the ability to find a better job. So basically, if this stems from this idea and another idea, I don't need this comma. Similarly, moving out from one's parents', correctly punctuated, house may cause them to temporarily miss the comfort of their family. I have to digest because this them, I had to check if it refers to parents because this is the only plural noun here in this sentence. But also we can, if we say one or everybody, then them can be a pronoun for that structure too. So I had to analyze when these things happen in the minds of a reader, it means the sentence is not natural. Natural is not bad. It's not beautiful. It's not fluent. And I had to wait and analyze which them is this one. To temporarily miss the comfort of their family. Now I understand it's this one, not the parents actually. For instance, most blue-collar workers in Jordan keep their occupations for decades because changing companies seems like a daunting task. Whoa, it's a good word. And that they may never be able to find new jobs. Okay, fair enough. They stick to their job and they don't want to change. Also, young adults may not move out of their guardians' houses because they might end up homeless. All right, good. I am not sure why we are suddenly focusing on young adults. It's not wrong. The focus is all of us. It's a bit sudden to me. The rubric says people. We are not limiting ourselves to any group. But here in this particular sentence, we're limiting ourselves. Again, maybe employees, workers, adults at working age, people from the age of 15 to 65, which is the 18 to 65, which is the working age for many people. I'm thinking of those groups, but not just young adults. Even though those concerns are valid, I think that individuals should not avoid taking calculated risks due to their short-term unpleasant effects, but think of the long-term benefits instead. I have a feeling you wanted to say young adults because they're young and they want to be, they're hasty, they just want everything right now, fast. And the life needs to teach them that they should be patient, and it takes time to actually become successful, things like that. But that element is not there. That element is left for my brain to do the writing. And it's always bad when you leave the reader in this situation to fill in the gaps with words in his or her head. Alternatively, changing occupations in search of better opportunities, although distressing at the beginning, might result in better pay in the future. It's a very good one. We focused on occupation in the first body paragraph. We are also focusing on, again, occupation in the second body paragraph. Okay? Since negotiating a wage while having a job gives individuals an upper hand, they can ask for their expected salaries or come close to it. Since negotiating a wage, so that part was a wage, but then we said salaries. They're not exactly synonyms, There's a technical difference between a wage and salary. I know you want to show off your vocabulary, just don't show it off in a way that people might criticize you. So that's what I'm saying. You might want to look up the word wage and salary and income. on a reputable English to English dictionary. Also, this is repetitive. We had also here. Teenagers leaving their parents' houses allow them to attend universities outside of their area, potentially causing them to have better careers. It's a weird structure because when you say potentially causing them to have, I'm expected to see a negative sentence. Like potentially causing them to abandon their homes and run for the police. That's what I feel. But then you don't say potentially causing them to have better careers and they're happy. And you're like, oh, okay, so there's no bad ending. No. Okay, good. Nobody's got hurt. No. Okay, good, fine. Everybody's fine. Yes. All right, good. For instance, office workers who we're still talking about occupation. What about the family? What about the personal lives? Office workers who change their jobs every 3 to 5 years make more than a third when compared to their peers in the same position who stayed at their jobs for decades. We already have this at here, so it's I understand sometimes you may hear at a certain position. For this one we need in a position. You are in position in an office. I believe this way of thinking is more beneficial since it provides a better outcome later in life. Yes, we don't need a comma here. Lovely argument. Still, it needs those elements that tell me why I'm reading this and why the focus is just on occupation. In conclusion, taking risks does not come without drawbacks. We agree, we know. However, I believe the long-term benefits of taking calculated chances, particularly greater career success and personal growth, it wasn't about personal growth. It was more about personal lives. Yes, part of it covers. It's not 100% different. But I needed to see that sentence that we are focusing on personal growth. In that case, this was about personal growth, right? If this is about personal growth, then I maybe a better topic sentence. Resulting better pay in the future. We're just defining personal growth in better pay. I needed this word here in the first sentence. That would have changed a lot of things in my head. That simple change. That we are talking about better pay because better pay is an element of of personal growth. That is what we're thinking about. Outweigh the temporary discomfort and uncertainties. I love that you are working on short-term, long-term. We intrinsically as human beings know that long-term benefits are better than short-term benefits. We know that. So the quality wins this match. So you compared the short-term discomforts versus long-term benefits, and you said those are better. It won the argument. You answered the question, but there were elements inside, especially I wanted to see some better coherence, and in some cases cohesion when sentences were changing from one to another, to fully understand that mindset. 328 words. Let's look at the band descriptors. Not bad at all. All elements that we discussed were not errors, were mostly improvement points to make the essay better. And the task response is not 9 because of the single element that we needed to fully express, that personal growth is part of the personal life of an individual, and it helps their family. Better pay will pay for the children. Just one sentence that we are targeting this element of somebody's personal life. As for coherence and cohesion, everything seems fine. There are just some underuse, maybe overuse, a little bit of overuse of also, and a little underuse maybe for some other discourse markers. Not a big deal. And better topic sentences, clearer, that matches the task response, of course, for your paragraphs. Vocabulary, the minimum errors, especially the errors are far less, or the number of errors are far fewer in grammatical range and accuracy. As for vocabulary, just we needed more natural words, structures, collocations. For this particular one, we had a variety of very good choice of words, and the ones that we already have, their communication is fine. My concern is for a more natural communication, we needed a wider range of vocabulary, the type of vocabulary that is less common and is genre specific, which is difficult. There is no way I can tell you do this and that and you will be able to handle that. It's difficult. You need to know a lot of words, a lot of structures. You need to know in-depth knowledge of vocabulary. This is actually borderline 7.5. If you wish to see the one that we actually took your essay and we improved it, you can see down below. I look forward to receiving more task 1, task 2s from your practice or exercises that you do. Take care.